Welcome to Intro to Family Search. In this video, we are going to cover the foundational background of how Family Search came into existence and how the basic family history process has evolved over the years. We found that it is much easier to understand the basic features of Family Search if we stop and take 5 minutes and look at the 50,000-foot view of how we got here. So let's dive in. In 1840, Joseph Smith revealed the doctrine of baptism for the dead. Over the subsequent decades, this doctrine would be expanded to include the offering of all saving ordinances to our deceased family members through sacred temple ordinances. In 1894, under the direction of Wilford Woodruff, the church organized the Genealogical Society of Utah. This would become the official family history arm of the church. This began to bring uniformity to the way family history was done. The family history process during that time was slow, but it got the job done. Essentially, individuals would begin piecing their family history together by looking in family Bibles and journals. These family histories would be written down on pedigree charts and family group sheets. When you ran out of information, you had to travel to the area where your family lived and begin looking through church and government records. Once you thought you had a family member to do temple work for, you would have to go to the Genealogical Society of Utah's temple file to determine if the temple work was available to do for your family member. Because this was a manual process, there tended to be lots of duplication of research and temple ordinances. In 1938, the Utah Genealogical Society began making microfilm copies of historical records collections from around the world. These records were then made accessible to the public through a vast network of local family history centers. You could request microfilm of records from the area where your family lived, and you could manually look through the images to find the information you needed. In 1984, another huge advancement in family history came along when the church released its first computer-based family history program. This program was called the Personal Ancestral File, or PAF. PAF allowed users to more easily organize their records and compare them to their family members' research. Everyone still had their own copy, but at least it was much easier to search. In 2005, the Genealogical Society, which had been renamed Family Search, released a new website to enable greater collaboration between family members as they worked to discover their family history. This website, new.familysearch.org, replaced PAF and allowed users to work together on one common family tree. This effectively ended the duplication of research. It also automated the requesting of temple ordinances so that you could see the temple ordinance status for every member of the family tree in real time. In 2007, to support new.familysearch.org, a massive indexing initiative was launched that would eventually end the need for microfilm. Existing microfilm was digitized, and an army of volunteers would type the important information from these images of microfilm records into the computer. Rather than storing and shipping microfilm, the information would be stored on large computer databases and made available online so that the records collections could be quickly searched. In 2013, Family Search launched Family Tree, which is a current Family Search website that we will be covering in these videos. Family Tree gives the users a much faster and more collaborative experience. It leveraged all the work accomplished on new.familysearch.org. It also automated much of the research project, and it gave the ability to include family memories. The existing family history process forms the basic building blocks of the family tree. We will be covering these basic building blocks in subsequent videos. The last thing we need to cover is that in 2014, Family Search launched the Family Tree mobile app. This is essentially the same thing as the Family Search website, just more user-friendly on mobile devices. The app is extremely powerful because it allows users to quickly access their family story at any time or anywhere. It essentially breaks discovering your family history down into 2 to 5 minute tasks that can be done in your spare time.